I've bought the wrong gun more times than I'd like to admit. Guns that I thought were going to be legends ended up jamming, flinching, or just feeling like overpriced toys. And the ones I ignored, the ones I mocked, they're the ones I keep reaching for now. You see, this list isn't about what's trending on Instagram. It's not about the guns that get all the hype from influencers who never shoot more than one mag on camera, by the way. This list, it's about the quiet killers, the ones that keep showing up round after round until they earned my trust. Guns that outshot the legends and made me sell some, quote, safe bets I used to swear by. So if you're about to drop a paycheck on your next carry gun, please don't. Not until you've seen these. These are the 10 best handguns you can't ignore in 2025, and one of them still makes me mad for how good it turned out. I wanted to love this gun. Grew up around the old school Browning high power, steel frame, single action, beautiful lines. It felt like holding history. So when Effin brought it back, I was sold before I even saw it. Then I held it. Bigger, bulkier, heavier. The slide felt like it was designed by a committee. The grip, chunkier than the original, but somehow less alive. Like a tribute that forgot why the original mattered. I almost walked away, but then I shot it. And that's where things got weird, because this thing shoots. The recoil, flat and easy to control. Trigger, not match grade, but reliable. Reset, clean, and it eats ammo like it's trying to prove something. My buddy, a 1911 snob, ran 3 mags through it and didn't say a word. He just nodded, and that's how I knew. Do I still think it's oversized for what it is? Yes, sirree. Do I think Effin's cashing in on nostalgia? Oh, absolutely. But it works, and too well, I might add. And now, every time I hit the range, I end up bringing it just to remind myself why I'm mad. Because the Effin high power doesn't care about your feelings, it just does its job. And sometimes that's the scariest kind of good. I used to think the Beretta 92 was just a nostalgia gun, something your dad's cop buddy carried in the 90s and never shut up about it. Big, heavy, and clunky. The kind of pistol that looked good in movies but felt like a brick in real life. But then I tried the 92X RDO and all my old opinions just crumbled. Because this thing isn't a relic, it's a resurrection. Same iconic open slide design, sure, but with modern muscle. Improved trigger, better checkering, and optics ready. It's like Beretta finally admitted they were stuck in the past and said, okay, let's show them we still know how to fight. But I'll be real with y'all, I didn't want to like it. It's still big, it still rattles just a bit when you shake it, and yep, it's got that weird safety to conquer thing that drives me nuts, but the first time I ran a mag through it, clean, fast, locked in. And the recoil impulse? Butter. Like the gun's been training in secret all these years and came back sharper. My friend in Lubbock carries this in a duty rig and I made fun of him for it, called it vintage cosplay. But he just smiled and outshot everyone on the line. And now I shut up whenever the Beretta comes out. I'm not saying that it's perfect, but if you ever dismiss the 92 as a museum piece like I did once, the 92X RDO is here to slap you in the face and prove you wrong. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I've always had a thing for Israeli guns. Call it bias, call it whatever, but they've earned that spot. Built for sand, sweat, and actual conflict, not just polished Instagram posts. The Masada Slim? That one surprised even me. I picked it up expecting it to be just another micro compact. You know the type. Thin slide, snappy recoil, boring trigger. But the Masada Slim didn't play that game. First mag, I was already smiling. Second mag, I was mad I hadn't tried it sooner. The slide tracks clean, the recoil impulse is weirdly flat, the trigger, not fancy, but honestly, it breaks when you need it to. It felt like someone built it for people who actually shoot and not just carry. And the optic cut? It's done right. Deep, secure, none of that flimsy adapter plate nonsense. It made my Hellcat Pro look like it came from a cereal box. The guy I shoot with in Amarillo switched to this from his Shield Plus. He said he didn't want to like it either, but it ran every range trip. No drama, no quirks, just solid performance. This isn't a gun people brag about, and it doesn't need to be. The Masada Slim doesn't care about flash, it just works like most Israeli things do, and I respect the hell out of that. This one? Oh god, this one's personal. The Ruger American pistol was that gun I kept trying to like. I wanted it to succeed. American made, priced right, from a company that's never pretended to be fancy, just good old-fashioned function. But back when it dropped, it landed with a thud. Nobody talked about it, nobody wanted to shoot it. It felt like a rental gun at a range that nobody asked for. The grip was bulky, the trigger was mushy, and let's be honest, it looked like it got hit with a generic stick. I almost wrote it off until I actually ran one for a few weeks. It changed my mind, slowly but surely. Recoil management, way better than it looks. The bore axis feels high, but it doesn't shoot like it. That weird trigger, predictable after the second mag, and the slide cuts, grip texture, even the mag release, all just quietly worked. It's still ugly, don't get me wrong. Still feels like it was designed by a committee in a fluorescent lit office, but I've shot guns twice the price that didn't run this smooth. My neighbor, a former sheriff's deputy out in Lubbock, swears by his. Says it's the only striker-fired pistol he's never had to replace springs in. Carried it for 4 years before even thinking about a cleaning. The Ruger American pistol isn't trendy or sleek, but it doesn't fail. And in a world full of optics, upgrades, and overpriced clones, that's kind of beautiful. Yes, I can already hear you guys coming. A budget 1911 in 9mm? Really? Trust me, I laugh too. I've seen enough cheap 1911s to fill a scrap pile. Loose lights, gritty triggers, rails that looked like they were machined with a spoon, and when I heard T-Sauce, I thought, great, another imported steel boat anchor with dreams of glory. Then I shot one, and suddenly I shut up. This thing doesn't look like it's cheap. The slide to frame fit? Tight. Trigger? Clean break with barely a wiggle, and the recoil in 9mm is just plain fun, like stupid fun, like I didn't mean to empty the whole mag fun. I had a friend bring one to the range down in Corpus, and I was ready to roast it. I even had jokes lined up for it, but 3 mags in, I was asking what holster he was running. That's how fast it flipped me. Don't get me wrong, it's still a Turkish 1911. It's not winning any beauty contests, and the finish will probably wear faster than your patience at the DMV. But mechanically, this thing punches way above its price tag. I've had $1,200 1911s choke harder than this did on the worst ammo in my stash. If you've ever wanted to run a 1911 without selling a kidney, or you just want to see what a steel frame 9mm can really feel like when it's done right, don't sleep on this T-Sus. I didn't expect to like it, and now I can't stop talking about it. This gun was never supposed to make my list. I bought it on a whim. Used, scratched to hell, no box, 1 mag, and I swear the guy selling it to me looked at me like I was an idiot. I didn't even want it. I just didn't want to walk out of that gun show empty-handed. And now it's one of the few guns I'll never sell. The first time I took it to the range, it didn't just shoot well, it embarrassed everything else on the table. Glocks, SIGs, fancy compacts, they all felt like toys after that. The recoil? Gone. The weight soaks it up. The slide rides inside the frame like it's glued to the rails. It's like the gun just wants to stay flat. It's got that old school, all steel Eastern Bloc stubbornness. You can feel it in your hand. It's heavy, it's outdated, it looks like it was designed by a Soviet engineer in a leather trench coat, and I love it for that. The decocker setup? Flawless. The trigger and double action? Meh. But that single action follow-up? Clean, crisp, and addicting. You fire one shot and immediately want to send out 5 more. It's that kind of shooter. This thing's my cold weather carry when I don't care about weight or printing. And if I had to pick one gun to shoot for accuracy under pressure, this might be it. The only people who hate on this gun are the ones who've never shot it. This one's personal. I still remember the first time I saw a P99 in a gun magazine. Blacked out, futuristic, looking like something a German spy would keep under his jacket. Then Bond used it, and then everyone just forgot about it. But not me. I've had a soft spot for this gun for years. Striker fired, but with a DASA setup? It was weird, but it worked. And that AS trigger? Man, nothing else felt like it. Long pull, crisp wall, and then that glass break. Once you get used to it, going back to a flat Glock trigger feels like typing on a broken keyboard. The P99 was never a cool gun, not in the United States. You'd see it collecting dust in gun shops while everyone lined up for polymer Glocks and red dot ready clones. But if you knew what it was, you knew. And then Walther announced the final edition, and my heart sank because I knew what that meant. The last of its kind. No more weird genius, no more ergonomic alien grip. Just the end. I bought one immediately, not because it's the best gun in 2025, because it's not, but it's one of the last guns that ever felt different and didn't care. The P99 never chased trends, and now that it's leaving, suddenly everyone's realizing what we're losing. If you don't own one yet, go get yourself one. Not for resale, not for clout. Get it because it's the kind of gun that reminds you guns used to have soul. Look, I rolled my eyes from this one too. Turkish guns? Usually either way too flashy or way too cheap. The SAR9 sat in that weird middle ground. It looked like a Glock, felt like a CZ, and priced like it got confused at checkout. I never took it seriously. Then one day, a buddy in Dallas threw his SAR9 Compact on the bench and said, "Shoot it, no opinions, just shoot." So I did, and now I'm mad. The grip melted into my hand better than my shadow systems. The trigger, not amazing, but better than half the striker fire junk people pretend is premium. Recoil, barely there. Like the gun's embarrassed to let you know it's working. And here's the kicker. The thing just runs. Cheap steel case? Fine. Hollow points? Fine. Dirty? Doesn't care. I put 700 rounds through it in 2 weekends, and not once did it ever complain, fail, or even feel warm. I've dropped this gun, loaned it to a guy who doesn't clean his guns, ever. I've carried it in an off-brand holster shoved into a center console, and it still shoots like it's fresh out of the box. It's not tactical or trendy, and nobody's flexing it on Instagram, but every time I take it to the range, I walk away wondering why I keep spending $800 on guns that don't shoot this good. I don't love that it's Turkish, and I don't love that I like it, but I'd be lying if I said it hasn't earned its place. I did not want to like this gun, I really didn't, because on paper, it's trying way too hard. Masada SFX Pro? Sounds like a gaming laptop and not something you trust your life with. And the first time I saw one, flat dark earth frame, massive slide cut, optic ready. I thought, cool, another range toy pretending it's a duty gun. Then I shot it, and everything I thought I knew about Canik just went quiet. The trigger? Absolutely criminal. No business being this clean out of the box. The reset? Telepathic, like the gun knew I was about to press again and beat me to it. And the accuracy? I stacked rounds at 25 yards like it was a 22. I've got a buddy in San Angelo who's a USPSA junkie who swears by this thing. Said it beats his tricked out CZ in split times, and I called him a liar for that until I tried it out myself, and now I shut up when he talks. It's big, yeah. You're not shuffling this in your waistband unless you're built like a linebacker, but for a range gun, competition setup, or even home defense, this thing hits like a truck and doesn't ask for permission. The only downside though, it's too good for the price. You start questioning your $1,000 pistols and you wonder why you spent all that cash when a Turkish import just lapped your custom Glock. I used to joke about Canik, and now I whisper Mente like it's a confession. I never meant to like this gun. I mean, it's a Springfield with a name longer than a college thesis, XDM Elite Tactical OSP 4.5 inch. Sounds like someone tried to win a Scrabble game mid-design. And yes, I've trashed Springfields before, and deservingly so. But this one, good God, this one shut me the hell up. The first time I shot it, I remember thinking, okay, it's big, whatever. But halfway through the first mag, I stopped caring about the name because it shot like a gun that's done pretending. The recoil is flat, like pancake flat. You get that perfect bore axis, chunky grip, and weight combo that just eats up snap. Trigger, way cleaner than it should be. And the magwell? That flared funnel means you can reload blind and still look like you meant to do it. I've run the gun suppressed, I've run it with optics, I've dumped max through it until the slide felt like a hot skillet, and it didn't stutter even once. It's not dainty or cute, it's just that dude. Would I carry it? Probably not, unless I'm going full battle belt, but if I had to show up somewhere and prove a point, this is the gun I'd grab when I don't want to argue. It's not tactical cosplay, it's not range toy bling, it's just serious, and sometimes that's all a gun really needs to be. Now here's the truth, I didn't expect anything from this gun. It's a metal framed striker pistol from Rock Island. That alone sounds like a weird science experiment, but the second I shot it, I had to admit, it works. The weight gives it that dead-in-hand feel you don't get from other polymer guns. The recoil is muted, follow-up shots, easy. The trigger, surprisingly crisp for the price. Is it flashy? Nope. Does it feel like it's punching above its class? Absolutely. It's like that quiet kid in school who suddenly outruns the entire track team. You don't hear much about the STK 100, but maybe that's the point. No hype, no fanfare, just results. I didn't expect most of these guns to make the list, to be honest. Hell, a few of them I hated at first, but time, recoil, and a few surprise range days taught me this. The best guns, they're not always the loudest, the flashiest, or the ones with the most fans. They're the ones that show up when it counts, that change your mind when you least expect it. And if you've never changed your opinion about a gun after actually shooting it, you're either lying or you haven't shot enough. Drop your ignored but proven handgun down in the comments and tell me what surprised you. And if I've left something off this list, call me out. I've got thick skin. This has been Steve, and I'll see you in the next one. So stay safe, shoot straight, and trust the guns that actually earn it.